Braden Harris, coming from a tie-down roper in the flesh right here. What is the best event in rodeo?
I feel like one of those linemen on ESPN. They're like, I gotta go with my big boys up front.
I gotta go with my O-line, man. Just one love there.
No, I mean, of course, my favorite to watch is calf roping and just like learning from those other guys, and I still get amazed at what all those guys can do. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not. It's really, the average person really has no idea what goes into all of that. And I think it's not just the toughest sport in rodeo. I think that it's one of the toughest sports, period. And I think it makes it very special.
It's a bold take.
Just
there.
having so many different variables.
Ice skating.
I mean,
Olympic ice skating with a partner. How about that? Harder than that?
Obviously, anything's hard once you get to a competitive level when there's a bunch of other people. But just like you look at the variables of rodeo, of calf roping.
You got a flag man. You have a shoot guy. You have a push calf. That calf. Someone pushing the calf.
You have the horse. You have the horse. Has the option to work, not work.
Well, that's it. Audience is a pretty unanimous involvement in sports, so you can't really say that.
Yeah, for sure. So, but I mean, I don't know. I'll get into a little bit of other events too. I mean, like if you look at,
I think from the non-rodeoer, like I want to use the term urban country. There's a lot of, Yellowstone's kind of getting a lot of people open to this country, this rodeo idea.
Yeah.
It's kind of I think rodeo as a sport in general has been on the rise lately.
Yeah.
I would say over the past couple of years or handful of years. But from the city person, definitely bull riding is probably the first draw to the sport, initial taste to rodeo.
Oh yeah, I mean bull riding is so big because, they're riding bulls. These such 1,400 pound.
It's just a bruising sport.
Just powerful animals, and just like football, there's big hits. There's big, big things can happen with a big animal like that. So. Yeah, of course, bull riding is the most popular.
A little bit of danger
event right now
just gets everybody fired up,
For sure. But to me, like I would kind of think of, every rodeo event is so special, and of just in and of itself, they all have their own challenges, right? The bareback rider is going to have to maintain his body so well because he's hitting his back every time he rides a horse, right? Every time. And I don't know what goes into a lot of things, but I know that they're going to have extra preparation for working out and all those things. The saddle bronc rider, I don't even know like a lot of what they have to do, but you have to just think of both saddle bronc
and bareback.
That both of them would have really like such a good core and connection from upper body to lower body.
Sure, yeah.
That is special, and just seeing the certain people that really catch on really fast and the ones that really struggle with it long term.
What do you got for we can't leave out no barrel racers.
I know we have to. I mean, you think of barrel racing is so tough.
It's so horse oriented, correct?
It's very. I mean, of course, it's the horse, but there's the patience that it takes to actually. You actually have to wait it out. I know girls that they stick it out. They might have went through 10, 12 barrel horses training all these barrel horses, and if you don't have the patience, then you can give up and give in and never have a chance,
Yeah.
And it takes a special consistency. Not anyone can be a horse trainer and ride horses, and that's pretty much what you have to do. You have to be able to take care of horses, ride horses a lot, and barrel racing takes an extra level that most people don't have.
So why don't they put pole bending in the NFR? I mean, when you grew up, I grew up roping. For anyone who didn't know, until I was in 6th grade. So I did the pole bending, the goat tying, the barrel racing, the breakaway, and I tied down 3 calves. PR's a 32, FYI. I'm actually gonna try to break that here in a little bit. But why is pole bending why did it never get into the Is it?
That's a good question. I really don't know. I mean, maybe they're just thinking that one speed event with someone staying on their horse the whole time is enough. I don't know. I'm glad that they're bringing in breakaway. I'm glad that they're bringing in breakaway. I think that it's awesome. I have a little sister. It's exciting for her to have that idea right now, training that there's a chance that she could train up and try to make an NFR, right?
Yeah.
That chance that wasn't, didn't look realistic. Even when I was younger, that didn't look like an option, It was talked about like legend, like maybe one day. And then we're dawning on the age of when this is legitimately happening. It's already they're already going to all the rodeos. Obviously, it's not in it's on the main NFR show yet.
Okay.
But they're talking like this is going to be in the next couple years.
I mean, it's only you would think it would progress that way if it's
already
in the PRCA event.
For sure. So you think about just all the girls that get involved and do something that is physically demanding, just like all the other male events. Is amazing.
No, honestly, we were at the rodeo in Whitesboro the other night, and they call out your event, and you rope out there, and you lope out there on your horse, and it's crowd starts getting little vibrations, a little ooh, all right. But it was cool because the girls go out there, and I saw one girl whip her horse, sprint her horse down the fence, get fired up to go. It's just cool seeing you don't see the girls bear racing. They're in the back,
yeah,
and then they come and they ride,
True.
and then they're done.
Right.
And then the rodeo, you get to be in the arena. You get my point.
Yeah,
it's an interesting thing.
It definitely, if you think about, barrel racing was the only event where you couldn't celebrate before, right? There's no celebrating. And that's a fun part of rodeo, right? That's a big part of calf roping. Those guys, they get on their horse and they're hyping up the crowd, and at the big rodeos they're hyping up the crowd and they're just getting everyone engaged. Well, and that's the only thing that barrel racing really doesn't get, because what are you going to do? Hype up the crowd while you're on your way home? You know what I mean? You have to, you're going your fastest
while
you can.
While you're on your way home?
Yeah. You're just going the fastest you can just to get the clock stopped. So that's not really an option.
So talk about, this is a question I had actually not even 2 days ago, I think I asked. Team roping and calf roping, the correlation you see a couple times. I think Trevor Brazil's he's won gold buckles in team roping and calf roping. But why do we not see more calf ropers do both? Or if they do, a lot of calf ropers do both? Do a lot of team ropers also tie down? What's the correlation between that?
I think it really takes, again, that's consistency and patience. Trevor Brazil didn't make his first NFR until he was just a little bit older, and I feel like if that's kind of the route you want to take to be able to make both of those, you might have to wait to try to make an NFR until you're a little bit older. My view on that is that once you start going out in summer rodeoing, you can't practice that other event anymore, right? Mm-hmm. You have to be doing both. And if you're only stronger in one event and believe you can make the finals only in one event, then that other event goes on the back burner, right?
You make the finals in that event, and then all of a sudden you get to skill levels where you know what it takes, you know what's required, and then you can start spending more time on this other event.
But that's what I'm saying. Once you start going in summer rodeoing, I don't think you have much of an option to be able to. I think it can be done. It's just harder. I think that someone that stays, all the way through college and stays home and doesn't go out pro rodeoing completely until they're older might have a better chance of that, because obviously you get more practice and you get to stay home and practice until you're older.
You good team roper?
I'm okay. I mean,
I saw a picture. I made a reel for Ty a couple of days ago, and it was a picture. I didn't put it in there, but I came across a picture of you heading for Ty.
Yes.
Yeah, that was very interesting. It was like two pictures I came across, actually.
It's really cool. I think team ropers blow me away. Like them throwing their, headers throwing their whole rope and getting it done.
When they launch that sucker sometimes.
Yeah, I truly don't have the arm strength, I feel like, to be someone like that. But no, it's amazing. I was okay. Like I was pretty good for my age.
Yeah. And
but
if you're a good calf roper,
I spent such little time compared to calf roping.
But if you're a good calf roper, it's probably like you're gonna be decent at it.
There is some correlation, but not completely at all.
Okay.
Like if you're a good header, there's a great chance that you'll be able to rope the neck really well. But I mean, it all ties together, right? Anyone that can handle their rope well is going to be able to pick up things faster regardless, with the big rope, right? But there's someone, someone like, I don't even know, just someone that doesn't handle rope as well maybe would be able to still do well in calf roping because there's more to calf roping than just your rope, right? You have to get off and flank and tie. Maybe someone's super strong in that area, and so that wouldn't tie in as well for team roping. And I was one of those examples. I mean, my strong point was flanking and tying, and so it doesn't, my strength doesn't correlate into team roping at all.
Sure.
And so, you know what I mean? But
I think we got a good little balance here. You got a seasoned vet in the rodeo life and in the rodeo game since you were like since you were born. Got a guy who's been in the rodeo game, was in the rodeo game too, as a 6th grader, is around it, but knows the fundamentals, but doesn't really know that much, but knows the questions to ask. So we got some representing the pro people here. They were representing the day ones. Then we got more of the community here on this side that I'm repping that don't really know much about the sport. So we got a cool little dynamic here. But comment some other future video ideas in the sport, rodeo niche, sporting niches. What do you want to hear us talk about? But other than that, we'll see you on the next video.